All right. Next
for it.
icebreaker. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Ooh.
It's got to be between caviar and rattlesnake. I would say caviar just because rattlesnake, I don't think I really took enough of it for me to really like remember what it tastes like and for it to have some kind of impact on me. Like I'm eating a snake right now. But plus it was all that I remember, it was very dry and it was like.
Tasted like chicken.
Chewy to me. Like it was almost like, you know, when you cook chicken and like the crispy part of it gets hardened, like the outer layer of the fat gets hardened. Chewy. And if you, for whatever reason, like left it overnight, it just gets hardened. That's what I would describe as rattlesnake. Mm. But the caviar, that was just wild for me. Like I went through so many emotions and I was like, Describe
to them how it was when you had caviar for the first time.
Well, I always knew that, okay, this is fish eggs. Obviously, it's going to be fishy. But because of Gordon Ramsay and that video where they literally cut open the fish and they scoop it out. They haven't even rinsed it or added salt to it or anything. Like, they just scoop it out. He puts it on his palm and he just licks it. And he's like, it's amazing. It's the flavor, the
texture,
you know, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I wonder what it tastes like,
mouth
you know.
Feel.
And so when we got the chance to do it, and then you know you were recording me, so I was also being conscious of my reaction because I didn't want to like gag,
spit it out or something.
But that's all I wanted to do. Like I genuinely wanted to spit it out because it felt like I had a goldfish, and the only reason why it felt like I had a goldfish because it's like I've never had a goldfish in my mouth. But I used to kill fish. And so I knew what that smell was like.
Dead fish?
No, because, okay.
Killed fish?
Quick story. So I had a tendency when I was young of pulling out my 10 cents goldfishes from Walmart out of the tank, putting them on the piano and going. And I would like... I don't know why I would do that. And I would squish them and then I would throw them back into the tank to see what would happen.
That's a lot of documentaries about serial killers.
And so that smell that would stay on my hand or like back on the tank, this fishy smell is what I could relate with when it was in my mouth. So it was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And it was gnarly. So... that's what I would say is the weirdest thing I've ever ate. What about, or the strangest thing? You've eaten a lot of strange things.
I've eaten a lot of stuff. I've had escargot, which was snails. I've had a variety of meats from
You had
sheep,
bison, elk,
quail, which was more of a chicken type of bird. So I don't know why I said chicken.
You've had
it's not even chicken. I've had octopus. I've had...
have you had oysters?
I've had oysters. I had some really good ones in Mexico when we went to Ensenada. The cheese with like, what was it? Chives.
You had, you did have oysters.
On an oyster.
And
they were bomb.
Yeah, it had cheese.
Yeah, they were like grilled ones. They were really good. I think probably I've had obviously.
Have you had a cricket?
I've had crickets. I've eaten a scorpion before. Yeah, just a variety of things. Obviously,
you've eaten the
caviar
tongue of
an animal. Yes. I think probably the craziest one or the strangest one would be escargot because the snails were just weird. I didn't like them. I did not like them.
I have a question.
The rattlesnake was good.
When people say tacos de cabeza, is it the top part of the animal? Or is it the brain? Because I've eaten tacos de cabeza, which in the literal translation is tacos of head, in a sense.
Right. That's a question that I asked someone. I don't know
if we ate brain.
I think I asked Alex, and he explained it to me, and then I was amazed too because I thought it was like, I don't know, like a thin layer of meat that was on the head, but I think it might be maybe that, but I'm not sure. That's a Google question.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. But the weirdest one or the strangest one is probably going to be escargot. Snails. Cooked
Did you enjoy it?
I didn't. I think that's why. Because the rattlesnake, it was chewy. Chewy ate it. Same thing with the caviar. Tasted it, fishy, but
On its own,
not that bad.
not with all the stuff that you put on it. On its own, did you enjoy
On its
it?
own, it honestly tastes like, for those who don't know, it tastes like you got a couple omega-3 vitamin oil, the fish oil pellets, and just chewed on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were just a little bit cold, like if you pulled them out of the fridge or something.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
and it's like very, very fishy by itself. But with all the chives and everything else, it actually was pretty good. Oh, sorry. Doing that twice.
Weird foods.